Hey everybody. I basically wanted to just go over this test first time in here on this live on YouTube. So kind of don't know how it's going to work. We're going to have to try to test this thing out. So far I'm sharing one screen here for ACB. Been watching the stock for a little bit. Trying to see if it makes a move. Of course, people want to call now, but I'll ignore that. So how's everybody's trading doing today? It took me like before pre-market to figure this out. I have no idea what I'm doing here. But we will figure this out and get good at this live streaming because it's very important for all of us. So right now, let me go to my specific chart here because I'm only sharing my chart screen. I'm trying to figure out how to share my whole screen, but we'll stick here. So right now, we need to pass this 597 on ACB in order to try to find that run past the 602 we're looking for. I don't see any signs of it falling too much below the support other than it keeps getting rejected here at 597. We had a huge sell-off in the morning. We had highs from yesterday at 623, and it actually became the resistance overnight, as you can see here. 623 was our resistance. It could not pass that resistance. Pre-market, as you can see, it started weakening. This would have been a sign that it's actually going to fall. It's coming back to the previous support at 620. And as you see, it broke. Now, I'm expecting that this price rose so much yesterday, it could have been a lot of short positions being taken throughout this rise. We can double check that too on FinViz. I'll show you how. But I'm actually just hypothetically thinking that those short positions are trying to now cover at this price down here support because it's supposed to fly. We got a lot of news released. The day chart looks phenomenal. Let's look at the day chart. So it could have been some people trying to get in to get some quick positions. I have a lot of those things labeled here, but we're going to zoom in for the last month or so. As you can see, it had a low here, 469, bounced off and tried to start uptrending until we got that high of 623. Now we have a big candle here. This bearish means there's a lot of sales coming in today, but that's the early day. We have to wait till later on to really figure it out. What's going on here? So when we go zoom in on a 1 hour candle, which is the 2-day, 1 hour, we can actually see what looks to be a bear flag forming. So a bear flag will pretty much look like this. It will start on a bearish candlestick, and it might rise a little bit close to the resistance until it falls back to previous major support of 576. We won't know if that happens unless it breaks this support right here or this low of 586. So in actuality, I'll set an alert and I'll go a few under 586. So I'll go about 583 at or below. That way we know if it's below here, we're in dangerous territory. That's where the 150 is as well. The 150 is at 584. I set my alert at 583. So if it goes below this 150, it could be in some trouble. We'll have to keep a very close watch on it. Still waiting for it to break that 597 price for resistance. So we'll add an alert at and above 597. We'll raise it a few, 599. So this is the ACB. We have to, just evaluate it, see what's going on. I have a call position in place that expires next Friday, I believe. So we'll have to see how that works Now I have to try to figure out how to set up this live feed so I can see the chat, I can see the screen, I can see what I'm doing. This live feed is very different. Okay, we have links here. So again, guys, I just wanted to basically test this out. I'm not quite sure. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now I can see the chat in case someone wants to chat. But I will get sharper at learning how to do this live stream so I can really get this relevant information out to you guys. It's very important. I think we all should be pretty much financially stable, free, everything. So we're looking at the 1 hour chart. You're not going to see too much movement because it's an hour. We'll have to go deeper in to see all the movement. I like to look at the 5-day, 4-day, 5-minute chart to really get a broad stroke of support and resistance. But yeah, man, this ACB looks like it's getting a little weaker. We'll really have to see. Wait for our alerts to go off. Let's check something else real quick. Let's check CRON. Had this on the radar. And I think I just made a new support line. Double check this here. It was at 1117 or something. So let's look at the 4-day, 15-minute chart. As you can see, 1130. Oh, it's already below our bull stick. So this is probably going to keep falling. Look here. This is where the bull run started. And price was 1158. Right now we're trading at 1128, way below the bull. So let's just put a mark here to show you. Wow. Now this has become a new resistance, 1158. Broke major support at 1158, and we have another major support at 988. Now that's huge drops. I'm not sure if it has momentum to drop there. Here we go here. Got one before 98 at 1058. So I guess we'll have to see how this looks by the end of the day. Let's look at the day chart, see what's forming. Yeah. I kind of figured when it's gapped up the other day in this bearish form, to me, that's a sign that it's going to just fill its gap downwards. It has to be like a bullish stick when it's gap up to keep going upwards. I mean, even for the possibility of it, because it can still come down. But this signal right here, when it gaps up like this, it's almost for sure a put or short position because you want to try to get this gain coming back down to fill its gap. So you see you had a gap here, 1122. It jumped 1381, and you just want to fill this gap at 1118. And that's pretty much why I got that support at 1118, because that's the gap filler. So if we fall anywhere below this is in trouble. And now we're talking back down to the $9 to $8 range. So we have to keep that on watch. CRON, I mean, they've released some very good news. Just got bought out. It could have been a pump and dump. I'm not sure. But we'll have to see. Overall, I believe marijuana's stocks are long. Even if they are taking hits, you can probably average down. This is pretty high, though. You see every time it hits. Let me get back to the screen. I got to figure out how to share this whole screen. Every time it hits this pretty much high price range, it starts that long downtrend. Look, you hit it here. It started a downtrend. It stopped, but it did reach a high before it hit the longest downtrend. See, it tried to recover, couldn't reach back to those highs. You get new lows. Try to recover, couldn't reach back. So this probably would have been a good buy-in point here when you seen this fall, didn't get a new low, and you could have just probably rode it for up here. So we have to wait for this to happen again, this specific sequence to happen in order for us to know it can keep going long. So, all right, I'm going to end this soon. I just kind of wanted to test this live stream out and screen sharing and see what we can get done. I appreciate the viewers that are here. If it really helped you just from the little information I went over, that's great. I'll be back for more. Maybe afternoon. You can check the market to see what's going on. All right, now I have to figure out how to end the live stream, and I gotta figure out how to do a lot with this. But we're gonna get this down packed. All right, good luck trading, y'all. Look for that 1118 on Crime. Place those alerts.